In the early 20th century, India was on the brink of change. The colonial grip of the British was tightening, but a new wave of nationalism was rising, led by figures who would go on to inspire millions. The idea was clear: freedom for India. The First World War, 1914 to 1918, was a global conflict that shook nations. But for India, it created both challenges and opportunities. India's resources were drained by the British for the war effort, and countless soldiers lost their lives. Despite this, the British promised reforms and a greater say in governance if India supported them in the war. But promises made were soon broken, and this sparked widespread dissatisfaction. In 1919, the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in Amritsar shocked the nation. Thousands of innocent people were killed by British soldiers, leading to anger and resentment across India. In response, Mahatma Gandhi launched the Non-Cooperation Movement in 1920, urging Indians to boycott British goods, resign from government jobs, and reject Western education. This was the first nationwide movement where millions of Indians participated, from students to farmers, and it united the country in a common cause: independence. Gandhi's leadership was a turning point in the freedom struggle. His methods of peaceful resistance and non-violence inspired millions. Gandhi's personal simplicity, his appeal to the masses, and his vision for a free and unified India made him a figure like no other. But the movement wasn't without its challenges. In 1922, after the Chauri Chaura incident, where a violent clash between protesters and police led to deaths, Gandhi called off the movement, realizing that non-violence had to be upheld at all costs. In 1930, Gandhi launched the Civil Disobedience Movement, a campaign to defy British rule peacefully. He led the famous Salt March, a 240-mile walk from Sabarmati Ashram to the coastal town of Dandi, where he made salt from seawater in direct violation of British laws. This bold act of defiance captured the world's attention and led to widespread participation, with millions of Indians refusing to pay taxes and boycotting British goods. By 1942, the British were exhausted by both the effects of the Second World War and the growing demand for independence. Gandhi called for the Quit India movement, demanding an immediate end to British rule. The slogan, "Do or Die," echoed across the country. The movement saw massive arrests, including Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, and other leaders. But the spirit of resistance remained unbroken. As India's freedom struggle continued, it saw the rise of new forces. The INC became more radical, while leaders like Subhas Chandra Bose raised the demand for complete independence. Bose's Indian National Army, INA, though not successful in its military campaigns, became a symbol of India's struggle for freedom. At the same time, the unity of the Indian people was also tested. The partition of Bengal in 1905 and later religious divisions created tensions that still resonate today. The Indian freedom struggle was not just about leaders like Gandhi, Nehru, or Bose. It was about millions of ordinary people, from farmers to workers, students to teachers, who dreamed of a free India. The struggle was long and hard, but it was the unity of the people, their resilience, and their relentless demand for freedom that ultimately led to India's independence in 1947. In the next part, we'll see how these ideas of nationalism spread beyond India and influenced global movements.